Last season we won the Hungarian Second Division. This season we've been promoted to the top division where hopefully we can take down Ferencváros, who are of course the best team in Hungary, then go all the way to the European competitions, win the Champions League, maybe even do well with the Hungarian national team, but first of all, we need to not get relegated this year. And obviously we've made some signings. Why would we not? We've moved up to the new division. Our finances are looking great and we still have quite a decent amount of budget left. And I thought I'd quickly show you how I go through signing new players. You offer them trials. So go to the transfer list, suggest signings, free transfers, and you offer every single one of them trials. The reason why I know, oh, he's new. Trial. How it works, boys and girls. That's how I found players, and that's how we're going to do it this season. So last season, at the end of it, we just brought in 3 youngsters. I mean, they're fine. This one is the best with 4.5 star potential, and this one's probably the worst with only 3 star. But the actual signings are what you want to see. First of all, we sold a youngster for £120,000, which I think is a great fee for a player that I didn't think was ever going to turn into anything crazy. Rax ends up being sold for £38,000 as well, so happy with that. And we loaned out another youngster. Nurse was our first signing, a left back who's going to be competing for that first team spot alongside Hangya, who was re-signed at the end of last season, but for a slightly higher wage, I want to say. We did re-sign quite a few players on slightly higher wages just to keep them around the club because they had 1 year left on their contract to make sure for sure they didn't try and run it down. Then we got Okeke. I think I'm definitely saying that wrong. Okeke maybe. Who played for Manchester City, which I love to see. League 1 too. He looks like a great player and 5-star potential and Hungarian, so we're building up that national team. So I love what he brings to the table. Sibley I actually knew of. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, and lots of good stats, including his attacking third. So welcome to the club, Louis Sibley, who's been in the Championship for some time. League 1. So lots of different experience in the Premier and the English divisions. And then we've got Gaston Pereira, who you might recognise because he has played for PSV, he's played for Cagliari, and now he's come to Honvéd, which I don't know why he's done that, but I will certainly take it. His stats are awesome. 15 first touch, 15 passing, 13 vision, 15 technique, good natural fitness, good crossing, good dribbling, good finishing. He will be our cam and probably the best player in our team this season. And that's saying something, because we have Wilson still knocking about the club, who was awesome last year. We have Nunez, who was awesome at the end of last year too, playing out on the left wing. I think that trio is going to be incredible. We've got Bano Sabal, who's still knocking around, doing a great job, just like he did last year. Well, hopefully. We haven't played our first game yet. Oatara is back. He is wanting to not re-sign at the end of the season, but he's still very good. He scored 9 goals in like 6 games last season. Boa managed to get a new contract. Cezalai, who does actually want to, again, not really stick around, is staying for now at the very least, so we'll take that. Then we've got CS staying at the club as well. I think he is locked in at the end. No, he's not actually. His contract is expiring, so hopefully we can get him in. And Duz stays in between the sticks. In terms of one more player coming in, we've got Lunev, who looks like he's going to be signing for us very soon. A better goalkeeper who you might actually recognise because he did play in the Russian division and for Bayer Leverkusen at some point. So a very good player with lots of experience. A bit old, but I think he's going to take our team to the next level. So not as many players as we would have thought that are running down their contracts at the end of the season. The only ones I'm hugely keeping on is Adam is re-signed, I'm certain. Oatara, Duz, who is definitely actually re-signed. CS and Cezalai, who, we would like to keep, but now it is a bit of a big deal if we lose him. I really do want to keep him, but you can't renegotiate with him now because he said, he wouldn't, and that's always the way Football Manager works. But I've talked for long enough now. For very few signings. You have to find out who else we sign at the end of the season and see how we did. We are media predicted to finish, oh my gosh, I'm continuing talking when I said I've talked too much. 9th, which isn't bad, but my goal is pushing for 5th, 4th, sort of upper mid-table. I don't know if that's a little bit hopeful, but I would think surely we're not going to be seriously in contention for losing and getting relegated here. European football would be incredible next season, and actually, all the way down in 5th still gets us Conference League opportunity. So fingers crossed we can get that, boys and girls. Let's get into it though. This is our first game of the season. It's against a team that got promoted last season, no, the season before last, and did pretty well, finishing 6th. And I think that we're better than them. So fingers crossed we see exactly that happening. We don't have any restrictions on youngsters having to play, so we can play our best 11 at all times. Main players on the bench that you might want to keep an eye out for that could be really good is, of course, Adam Sibley, who doesn't quite make the starting 11 just because I want some more defensive-minded players. So Okeke comes into the squad here as that deep line playmaker on defend. Oh, Polly left the club. A few others left the club on a free. Oh my gosh, Raxo, stop talking soon because even I'm getting bored. Like and subscribe if you're still sticking around because I forgot to say that. But we can see released players. Polly's gone. Mediguy's is gone, who was great in the first season. Suzuki, who I never loved, is gone. And then I don't even know who that is. Oh, that's the right back that I signed and pretty much never played last season. Holman obviously still in the team too, so he'll be a great super sub. Fingers crossed he keeps his ability for a wee bit longer. Karezi, who's not bad at all. And Zasosta, who of course was a starter last year, but Bano Sabel just slightly better in my opinion, actually quite a bit better. Gaston Pereiro, come on, be a star for us this season. Not 6 is too low, but I feel bad giving him like 28, but he's getting 28. Let's jump into it. Let's hope we get a win straight off the bat. As I said, it's a really good side for us to start off with because, yeah, we have actually versed them before, and they're not hugely established in this club. I wonder if I recognise any of their players as I recognise all of our players. What a team. Wilson on the right, Nunez on the left. Can't remember his name now, but the cam through the middle, Owatara through striker. It's going to be a good season. I can feel it already because they are considered, I'm pretty sure, sorry, I can't help myself in here say one more thing. They're considered leading players. Yeah, they are. Pereiro is considered a leading player. So is Kane. Wilson, so is Nunez. So we've got plenty of players that are deservedly in this division, deservedly good players in this division too. So fingers crossed we show that in the first game of the season. With the first highlight completely being ignored by me, although it was just a header that went over the bar, so nothing too spicy. But we certainly look like we're continuing to play just like we did last season. Lots of possession. A decent amount of shots too. You'd think it would be only a matter of time before we see another highlight, and here it is. Kane Wilson plays it back to Cizali, and then Okeke on debut plays it out to Nunez. Nunez into Pereiro, who looks for a ball, finds Bano Zabel. Owatara can't quite get to it, but the highlight isn't over. There is Pereiro shooting it wide. That would have been a great first goal for him, and a debut goal, of course, and a first goal for us in the first division. But unfortunately not to be in that moment. It was quite a hard chance to score, so I'm not surprised he didn't manage to finish that. But here they are on a counter-attack. It would be frustrating if we concede here. We haven't, luckily. Against the run of play, that would have been. But it was a very good opportunity and shows that, we shouldn't be taking this game too lightly. It is still a good team who have actually had a year in the division. You know, I am acting like we're favourites to win here, and I actually do quietly think we should be winning this game. But you know, they've got a whole year in this division on us. Potentially they improved their squad a lot. And they did beat us every time we versed them, I'm sure, in the first season that we went up. I think this is the one that won the cup as well that year. So no surprises that it's not a walk in the park. But I still think we should win. I'm always going to think that. We have great players. We have leading players in our team. And it's just a matter of whether they can link up today and put it into the back of the net. Although the tide does seem to have changed. Lots more highlights, lots more shots, possession swinging into the centre, but nothing else happening in the first half. I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with the performance. I'm far from pleased. I'm not far from pleased. You know, it's okay, but I want to fire them up just a little bit. Kane wasn't too happy with that, but fingers crossed we see something in the second half. Substitutes might have to be made at some point soon. We do finally have what I would consider some super subs who can actually do something off the bench. But the XG is making me a little bit nervous that someone is going to be making way. And that someone is going to be Holman to come on. Because although, you know, he's not exactly a world beater in terms of his stats at the current moment in time. He's left-footed. I'm still going to play him as the winger. He's still a great player who played incredibly well last season. So fingers crossed. Oh my gosh, I need to stop saying fingers crossed too. Fingers crossed anyway. he does something as we bring him on as a super sub here. He doesn't have the stamina, he doesn't have the physicals, but as their cam, fingers crossed, oh my gosh, that one wasn't even intentional. He does something as we go through the second half, because we need a goal. We'd like to see something going. We'd like a first win on the board. So Zale, who has it into Boa. Boa goes over to Holman, who has just come on, fresh legs, not quite the physical stats, but hey, if you come on in the 20th minute, 20 minutes to go, you'd hope that you've got some sort of a stamina in comparison to everyone else. Here is the Soster, who did come on too, but I didn't mention it because I was too busy saying fingers crossed, and I almost had my fingers crossed enough there to get it into the back of the net. Has gone out for a corner. I don't think it's going to be anything to speak of, because Otara did have a pretty okay chance there, and the goalkeeper made a fine save, but I thought potentially that was going to be a touch into a shot and maybe in the back of the net, but we still have highlights coming our way. But Soster, you're giving that away pretty quickly, but he wins it back just as quickly, to be fair to him. He's playing down the right-hand side, trying to get a ball in, loses it again, but we win it straight back once again. Kick in with the ball. Soster in, and he can't quite finish it. It's gone straight at the goalkeeper. Gone out for a corner kick, Again, probably not anything happening from this highlight. And Okeke having a very good debut, a 7.4, but no goals to speak of, which is, I want to say, at first, I don't think I've shown you guys a game that hasn't had a goal at all. I certainly don't think I've shown you a game that hasn't had a goal from us, I want to say. Maybe that's a little bit overly confident. Let's get Kurezi on as a bit more striker power. Boa's looking tired, so Major can come on, who's not exactly of the highest quality for this league. He should probably be coming on too. Yeah, Sibley, you can come on and we'll put you onto a support deep line playmaker, which does mean that probably, they almost went in, probably a bit more of a defensively vulnerable side, but I still back us to get those opportunities and make sure that we don't concede as we concede a corner, a penalty from the corner. It is. Well, at least I made attacking changes, but I don't know if the attacking changes help there as it goes into the back of the net and we're 1-0 down. At least you're not seeing a game without a goal. But all my subs have been made, and I guess I go attacking for the last few minutes. That is against the run. Well, it's not hugely, I guess. 8 shots, 1.42 XG, 12 shots, and they just seem to be getting more. We're doing nothing here. I'll berate them, which actually probably wasn't the best call, but they've reacted kind of okay to it, but nothing's happened, and it's a 1-0 loss to start the season off. I'm not happy with that performance, and hopefully we see better as the season progresses. I really thought we were going to win that, boys and girls, but alas, not quite. Maybe those European spots was a little bit wishful thinking on my behalf. We're getting more players in on trials. We'll be signing more players, but you'll find out at the end of the season. Hopefully I don't get sacked. Hopefully we don't do poorly. I'm pretty sure we'll do okay. By the way, they do keep re-signing me. I do not mention it because they just keep re-signing me, but they are re-signing me. And of course, the vision is only to avoid relegation. So we should be fine, even if we do pretty average. I think we'll do okay. 5th is the goal. 5th is the goal. I'll just let you look at this for a second. I did not expect this to happen. 2nd place and 3rd place locked in. So European football is guaranteed. But did I tell you, 2nd place gets the exact same Champions League spot as 1st place. So we definitely want 1st place. Yes, it would be awesome to just be in the Europa League. The Champions League in season number 4. How awesome would that be? We just need to win our last game against Győr, and we need to hope. Well, actually, it doesn't make a difference if we win the game, but Kinsvarda, we don't want to win because then it means that if we draw or lose, then we're still through. But I'll show you how we did it. Boys and girls, we made loads of signings after I saw you, and it makes me think I probably should come back at some point earlier, but I quite like this. It's, recording at the start, recording at the end. It's lovely jubbly for me. I forgot where I last saw you, so... Lunev was the last one that came in. Pereiro, I told you about Lunev. He hadn't actually quite come in yet. He did come in. He was pretty good. He saved two penalties in one game at one point. That was good. He's gone down in star ability, but he was a solid keeper for this season, but he's retiring at the end of the year, so we'll need a new one next year. In terms of sales, we loaned out our old goalkeeper, the Spanish dude, because he just wasn't going to be playing for him and we wanted to get his wages off the bill and no one wanted to buy him. Arthur's gone out on loan as well. He's got some good potential still, so hopefully he does okay. And then Kenez, who played some games last season, has gone for 10k because he was signing on a contract expiry. But loads more signings came through the door. A centre-back by the name of Kramer, who was a French boy who originally played for Brentford, never actually played for Brentford, but played in the Championship once and League One a few times. Decent player. He comes in as our new starting centre-back, aligning next to Sazalai, but he is injured currently, so we've got CS continuing in that centre-back spot for now for this game. But in terms of the rest of the signings, well, we made some more, as I say. Another left-back cover. He got injured for a long period of the season, so he hasn't actually had the opportunity to do much, but I did like him as a signing. Just unfortunately didn't quite get to play, but only £700 worth of wage, so not a biggie. We brought in Moranchik, who I knew of because he played for Moscow and was in FIFA for a long time and then moved to Switzerland. But he's on paper apparently the best player in our club, a leading first division player. But he hasn't played out of his skin. Like, I've only started him 8 times, but 2 goals, 3 assists isn't crazy. His stats don't excite me that much. He's signed for 3 years, so we've got him as a rotation player for a while, but I think that's all he's ever going to be for me, a rotation player. He's decent, but not incredible. There is a cat fight going on in my lounge. I hope that you can't hear that. Well, I have commented on it, so you definitely know about it now, but no, I might close the door in a second if it continues. Then we brought in this another Frenchman because we had a huge injury to Ouattara for a while there. He ended up being out for a few weeks, 2 months in there. No, that was the season before. 5 weeks in there, and we just crucially needed a striker. So he came in and he did an okay job, scoring 3 goals and 2 assists. Still not quite as good as Ouattara in my opinion. So Ouattara comes back into the starting lineup straight away and might not be signing for next season. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I would like a better striker. I think that's where our weakness is, because this league, honestly, if we get like a top striker who scores 20 plus goals, I think we can win it. Now, we versed Ferenc, I said it very beautifully in the intro, Ferencváros, I think. Ferencváros in 3 games this season, because you verse every team 3 games. A 1-0 loss, up the top, a 2-3 loss. But then look at this, boys and girls. A 1-0 win in the only home game. I mean, that's pretty exciting, isn't it? You know, Ouattara scoring the goal, and we weren't out of the game. And as you can see in the other ones, we're around the same region. I mean, we did get lucky in this one, but luck is sometimes on your side. As you can see, no huge spells of losses. So we're just consistently chugging along. Yes, 62 points from 32 games isn't crazy, but in the last few seasons, 62 points would have gotten you even first, maybe. It wouldn't have gotten you first, but it would have gotten you second every other year. So, in fact, we're getting quite unlucky to be even having to play our last game to get us into that top spot. But this is the team that we're going with to hopefully get us into that second spot. Second spot is what I meant. And get us that Champions League football. How good would that be? Ouattara, Pereiro, who has been incredible. 16 goals, 4 assists. I told you he was going to be good. I knew he was going to be good. Nunez, again, incredible. It's this front 3 that does the job for us. But Wilson, 2 goals, 7 assists. Not been that crazy. Really disappointed with him from time to time, actually. Bajnokság potentially should have been starting a few more games, but something about Wilson keeps him going for me. Sibley locked himself into the starting lineup very quickly, and actually, in terms of star rating, is our best player. Star Division 1 player, 7 goals, 8 assists, so he quickly took over from Bajnokság and has not lost his spot. Okeke, what a signing. I didn't realise he was going to be this good, but he has been incredible. 6 assists, 1 goal, 7.13 average rating, and a great potential to improve significantly, which I think means he could become a top player. So lots of potential there. Nurse at left back, who's been fine for us. Might be looking for a new left back next year, but he's been okay. CS, Kramer, Major, who unfortunately is in because we have an injury to a suspension to Bua, who has been great again this year as well. And then of course Lunev in between the sticks. Let's get into it. Let's hope that we can win, because if we do, we're going into Champions League football. Well, qualifying, second round qualifying, which I believe means you have to win 2 rounds. I could be wrong, it could be 3, but it's definitely at the very least 2, because Ferencváros last season went through 2 and ended up losing the second one against Astana. Let's see. Let's find out actually properly then. Did Astana end up getting to the Champions? No, Europa League. Okay, sorry, I've messed up somewhere in here. We'll go back. Ferencváros, Champions League, Malmo, Champions League. Yeah, they lost to Astana, but they got into the league phase. What? They got into the league phase. Oh, but they won on penalties. Gotcha. Okay, so you need to go through 3 rounds of Champions League knockouts. Yes? 1, 2, 3. Yep, cool. Okay, 3. We're going to need to go through 3. That took me way too long to work it out. You're probably looking at me, looking at your screen thinking, Raxo, I can clearly see there's 3 games there. 3 games, which I'm not saying we're going to do by any stretch of the imagination. But the pull of being able to get Champions League player signings would be great. And at the very least, Europa League football, I wouldn't whinge at all. Here is Okeke trying to rise for the ball. Can't quite get it, but it comes into CS. Okeke goes into Sibley. Sibley goes for the shot, and Sibley scores. I told you he's great. I told you Okeke was great. There we go, a bit of link up. And that's the goal that we needed early doors to make us feel a wee bit more comfortable, because there is a lot riding on this game. Come to think of it, I don't know if it would be automatic Europa League, though, to be fair. I feel like if you got knocked out in that first round, that second round, surely you wouldn't get Champions League football. So hopefully some sort of European football at some point. Oh no, that's gone off the bar. It's gone straight back to them. And that is quite lucky. But you need luck sometimes. To be fair, the team that we're versing, Kinsvadra, who is... Well, what a free kick. I've not seen a free kick goal go in. I'm happy you were joining for it. Nunez, putting that top bins, mate. Let's have a look at that replay. I don't normally watch replays. Bang! Into the top corner. Goalkeeper probably could have gotten to it, but luckily he didn't. Kinsvadra are versing a side that really needs to win. ZTE, who are right on the bottom, but still playing for something. If they do manage to win it, I believe they could get out of the relegation zone. So fingers crossed they can bring their A game today. But we'll keep it on the latest scores. Just keep an eye on that. But we are leading right now. We are doing our job. That's all we need to focus on as things stand. So let's continue going. Very happy with the first half performance. Not been crazy on the stats. I think, in fact, there was more shots going towards that way. But I don't know. We've got the edge. We're doing something decent. Goal scoring has been tough every now and then, but it has mainly been these players that are scoring currently. The midfielders, the cams. Nunez there showing exactly that, making it 3-1 and making me feel very cruisy as we go towards the Champions League. You are going to be seeing those knockout rounds. Maybe not the first one, maybe not even the second one, maybe the third one if we get to it. I'll just tell you if we get knocked out earlier than that, because otherwise, you know, if I show you the second round, then I'm going to want to show you the third round. And if I show you the third round, I'm going to want to show you the one where that actually gets us into the Champions League. So, you know, it could be a bit of a domino effect in quite a long video. So I'll just tell you at the start of the video if we're not in the Champions League, and you can not have to go through the stress that I'll be going through. But fingers crossed we can actually make it there. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's 3-1. But how good will that be after 4 seasons? I know that the level of... You know, the second division and the first division from... Oh, it's hard. I probably should have scored there. From seeing... Oh, has it gone out for a corner? It's gone out for a corner. From seeing, like, the second division side doing pretty well this season after they got promoted. I think it might have actually been Kisvadra. That I was not saying that before, was I? Oh, no, I think it was Debrecen, or one of them won the cup, and then they did pretty well. So we know that the second division is not too much worse than the first division. But I didn't think it would be we can finish second kind of different. And we were media predicted to finish like 7th. I played it out of my skin, boys and girls. That's really what the takeaway should be here. I am incredible at this game, and I am incredible at this club. And fingers crossed we can keep building, because now is the tough part, attracting top quality players. Watara, mate, great goal. Yep, the cats are in the room, and they're gonna... The cat. Why are the cats becoming a part of my YouTube video? Get out! One of my cats. Mate, I have 2 cats now. That's an update for you guys. In the 9 months I've been gone, I got a second cat, and I also clearly have not gotten any better at commentating YouTube videos. Clearly just as distracted. Kinsvara has managed to get the goal, but we're winning 4-1. I'm not worried at all. And the XG and everything is going our way. There's not a worry in the world for me. We're going to league table so that we can look at us beautifully in second place. But as I was saying before, this is now the challenging part. Getting from a team that gets into the Champions League to a team that actually can compete for the Champions League. Because we're still knocking around with players. Like Wilson. I haven't made any subs. I don't care. I won't make any subs. Let's just go through it. Wilson was playing for a League One side. Same with Kramer, sorry. Kramer, how I said it before? Sibley with another goal, by the way. Kramer played for a League One side just last season. And now he's well and truly a starter for us. You know, that shows the levels to the game. If you look at a Premier League side, they wouldn't even dream of that. And there's still a 17-point gap between us and Ferencváros. So we got to bridge that gap, got to become a better team overall. But we have made it into the Champions League qualifying round. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. 22. Minus 22 goal difference in 5th place. That is shocking. But what is not shocking is the performance from Sibley, by the way. 2 goals and assists, I want to say. What a game for that man. What a signing he ended up being. Really didn't think he'd be that good. But clearly has proved me wrong. 9 goals, 9 assists. Beautiful stuff. And we got new budgets. 86k? That's not great, actually. For a team that's now about to be in Champions League football, and, you know, again, not quite Champions League, but you know what I mean, European football, you'd think we'd be getting more. And our finances are quite tidy right now. There we go, finances. They're not. We're in debt. So that's news to me. Last time I checked, I think we were up about $1 million. So probably, yeah, that's probably why. But surely we're getting some sort of a payout, tournament prize money. I guess we'll see in the season review. So we'll come back for that season review and we'll wrap this up. What a season it has been. I bet Pereiro, hopefully, is going to get some sort of awards at the end of the year because he deserves it. They give awards for everything over here. Most player of the match awards, I mean, it's nice, but an odd award to get. The rest of the awards are out, I assume. We got second best goalkeeper of the year. Behind, of course, the Ferencváros one for Lunev, which is good, and 6.94 average rating. That's decent. We have players in the team of the season. Pereiro gets in it, as I said, he deserves it. But then Ouattara, surprised by that. I mean, 12 goals, 2 assists, but again, that shows the level of the strikers in this league. You know, Medved being the next one, 12 goals, 4 assists, like a higher average rating. We just need a good striker, and I think we really could be in for it. Even though they've got a left winger here, who, to be fair, had a decent season, 16 goal contributions. Mate, Pereiro, I reckon, has been a little bit robbed. I know there's a higher average rating. This man has been robbed. 21 goal involvements. He's way better. And he's a cam, and he's a wing. Like, oh, okay. Well, anyway, we'll ignore that. Pereiro winning the golden boot, though. That's awesome because he had less appearances than this man who played all but one. Pereiro, I would have thought played all of them. No, played a few less. Get in. We'll take that. Okeke wins the best rookie, which is, I guess, an under-21 player. Yeah, an under-21 player and new to the competition. Absolutely deserved. What a signing he ended up being. Manager of the season, Robbie Keane. Eat your heart out. You're miles off it. I've got double the amount of points as you. You were nowhere near it. And then, oh, okay, well, we have to play Ouattara for end of season, team of the season. But that is a good wrap up for us, boys and girls. We deserve the awards. We got the awards, and I got manager of the season, which is the most important thing, of course. Pereiro, a C. Well, that's we'll try and ignore the star ratings. A plus like that. A plus like that. B. So he was better than Pereiro, was he? Yeah. No. Well done, FM. Lunev a D, decent. Kramer, and then we've got the second striker and an A minus for the Russian dude. Very happy. A plus. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot to mention we got knocked out of the cup pretty early, so that wasn't exactly a moment to remember. But some good results in there. Finances. Did we get more? Competition prize money, a lot more. The finances should be going up. Really, everything's gone up quite a bit. I mean, I guess our costs probably increased too, but I don't know what from, but would have gone up. The broadcast revenue is a huge game changer, though. Like, no coverage last season to lots of coverage this year, and it's only going to go up now that we're in Champions League qualifiers at the very least, you know. If we get into the full Champions League, that would be incredible. I would agree with the starting lineup, by the way. Nothing about that I would change. It's all exactly how I've done it most of the time this year. Great team, but there will be some changes next year. Pereiro being the player of the season, young player of the season for Okeke. Pereiro, of course, signing of the season too. Goal of the season, Sibley. Top goal scorer. Nunez with the most assists. And then Pereiro cleaning up the rest of it. I don't even mention. It's always just the centre-back at the bottom with the most passes completed. But I haven't looked at the best 11 yet, actually, to be fair. So who have we got knocking around there? Owatara, Wilson, Holman, Pereiro, Zoster, Nunez, Hangia, CS, Salazar, Bona. That is not how you say his name, Rex. So you should edit that out. I probably won't remember to. Boa, Rax, and then on the bench we've got Lunev. Yeah, he's not going to go into it. Rax deserves to be in over him. Kramer, yeah, I think CS deserves to be over him. Nurse, no. Barnesabel, maybe instead of Zoster. Polly, nah. Sibley, he will be in it eventually. Bonnie, yeah, definitely not. I mean, we've only had 3 seasons, to be fair, so I can't exactly be too surprised. They want us to just be competitive, which means do whatever, and at the very least qualify for the Conference League. I assume that means if we get knocked out of the first stage, we go to the... Well, we can find out now, actually. Ferenc Puskás, they beat this Romanian team. I'm not even... Well, it was FC, SB. And they ended up in the Europa League. Yeah, okay, they did actually get the chance to be in the Europa League. And then if they won that... They won that and they ended up in the Europa League, to be fair. Okay, so I assume if you then lose the Europa League one in that next stage, the third one, like this team did, you then get to do a Conference League one, and if you lose that, then you're completely out. But if you win that... So we just have to win one of the ties. No, wait, they were in the league phase for the Conference League. So just get into the Conference League. So, okay, cool. So we're already in the Conference... We're in the Conference League! Come on, that's the takeaway from this. We're in the Conference League at the end. But if we actually win any, then we end up in a better division, I guess. So we win them all, Champions League. We win just one, looks like Europa League. So we'll take that. Next season, I don't know what I just said to them, but they reacted positively to it. As I said, it's the Conference League and the Champions League as our goals, and they want us to continue qualifying for the Conference League. So, that's in the league. My bad. They want us to qualify for the Conference League through the league, which is, I thought it was 5th spot got it, but clearly not. Oh, maybe because 7th place got it by winning the cup, so they give a cup team one. Yeah, so okay, you got to get 4th place at the very least or win the cup. Cool. And Okeke is not leaving, thank you very much. 600k release clause. We will be fixing that right now. Like immediately. Important player. We'll try and talk you down. No, important player. You can be an important player. I'm going to lock you in for 5 years, and I'm getting rid of your release clause, and I'm getting rid of that. And you're probably going to be angry by that. No, he's not angry. How lovely. But you can have 4.8. Take that. 5. Let's go 5. No, I'm not even going to risk it, actually. Let's just go 5.25. Gold. Okeke, second round, legend of the club. Hang this man's name on your wall because he is going to be the man that we're going to remember. He is the Greg Grant of the save. I can already feel it. Hopefully. Maybe. And he actually exists. So, send him messages. Let him know. Thank you guys for watching. I rambled on a lot there. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later.